Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back, everyone, to another live stream. Oh, it's weird. I feel a bit nervous, actually. It's been a little while. It's been a hot minute since doing one of these. Uh, 18 days, I think. I looked on Twitch when I was getting ready for this. 18 days ago, blimey. That was a long time. But yeah, hello, everyone in the chat. Welcome. Oh, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be back. You know, I miss you, hugs and kisses, but I really did. I really did miss doing the live streams. So yeah, hope we're all doing well. I've got a lot to talk about in this stream. It's going to be a very, very rambly stream, I think so indeed. So that's why I thought Minecraft is probably the best thing to do in this case. We go caving or something, stick on some music, and I can just yap away for a couple of hours. But anyway, hello and thank you to MC Crazy Gaming for your subscription for 23 months now. Indeed.
Hello, Joe.
Super Flash, I am
I
smiling.
just think they're neat.
I am shining. Indeed. What's going on? Noises everywhere. Deftworks, ahoy hoy. How was the holiday? It was very good, thank you, Deftworks. It was very, very good. I'm going to go into a lot of detail about it, but yeah, cut a long story short. I was a bit worried I wouldn't like it, but I really did like it in the end, so thumbs up. Nexa, hello. What was that? Max, hello. Aloha. Oh, it was Kofi. Yes, of course it was. Thank you very much, Superflash, for the Kofi donation. I just think that's neat. I really do. It's a background stream. It's literally going to be Minecraft. So if, it's just Minecraft caving. Nothing too interesting. It's just come through on my phone, on my watch as well. Look at that. How sweet. But yeah, I've probably got loads of stuff to talk about. Aside from the holiday stuff, I'm trying to think about if there's anything I need to, like channel wise. Let me see. There's a pretty interesting video coming out sometime next week. Well, maybe at the weekend. I don't know when I'm actually going to publish it, but maybe at the weekend. But yeah, I might give a little sneak peek of it at the end of the stream. Like literally a 4-second clip of it, because I think if you see this 4-second clip, you'll probably understand what it's going to be. So stay tuned for that. And before I actually left for holiday, which wasn't even that long of a holiday, but before I did all that, I actually managed to do a lot of recording. I managed to record quite a few different things, which I just haven't got around to editing. But it's not all Simpsons. I did look at my channel and I thought, blimey, I do a lot of Simpsons stuff now. Like that's not how I strictly envisioned my channel. It's nice to do Simpsons stuff and people do like it. But and the video I just mentioned is actually a Simpsons related one as well. But I did record some other things, some other games, kind of in a similar vein to. There was a period on my YouTube channel where it was when I thought I was going to move. So I was kind of trying to get a bit of a backlog of games or videos to upload. And so I just played some random ones. Like I think that was when I did the Lego Island video, the Looney Tunes from PS1, the farming sim, where I just kind of played a game and cut it down to an hour or whatever. So I did a few more of those because I had a few games in mind that I wanted to play. And a few things that might be a bit nostalgic. Let's just put it that way to some people if you're from the UK. Dean, hello. It is an exclusive preview, you're right. Craig, Bond reviews confirmed. Yeah, I did actually watch. I watched. It was kind of serendipitous actually. I watched Moonraker the other day. I'd come back from holiday and I was tired. I'll get onto that later. I was knackered, so I was like, I just want to watch a film. So I just I went on Amazon Prime Video because I've got all the Bond films now, and I was like, well, let's just watch something a bit light-hearted, not too serious. And there was Sir Rog looking back at me on the menu, and I thought, yes. So I did watch Moonraker, and then funnily enough, it was the next day. It was the 5th anniversary of when Roger Moore, Sir Rog, passed away. So it was like he was calling to me from beyond the grave to go and watch Moonraker, even though I have a lot of issues with Moonraker. But anyway, rambling now. Let's get into some Minecraft, shall we? There we are. Just like that. That was quick. I think last time I was on... Is Dennis still on? Dennis is still on. Last time I was on was actually during one of Nexus streams. Oh, where did I put myself? Oh, yeah. Yeah, last time I played Minecraft, it's partly why I wanted to play Minecraft today, because it's been so long. It's been so long since I've actually sat down and played it. It was for Nexus stream where him and Panda gifted me. Oh, yeah. I forgot that's what the sword was called. Gifted me loads of stuff because they stole my gold. And in return for that, they gave me a nice set of armor with the robe of Lemonis. The sharp protector. I can say sharp now. Oh, good. Oh, good. I mean, you might not... What the hell? Excuse me. Isn't it annoying when you have phantoms in your ceiling? What the hell is going on here? Shart is back, baby. We had a little thing going about how long we could not say the word shart for. We didn't say it for a whole month. How about that? But now I can. So yeah, I got loads of nice stuff. Look at all this. I got quartz. I got some gold back, some diamonds, some nice books. I'm all set. I'm all set to go caving, and I'm not going to die because I can't. I'm pretty much invincible with this this set of armor. I mean, come on, look at this. The only thing they could have done, which would have been nice, is make it netherite. Oh, hang on, I got music. There we are. Yeah. Ah, what the hell's going on? Oh, there it is. I didn't say it on video or stream. True. I didn't say it on Discord. I may have said it outside of Discord, but that wasn't part of the challenge, so we're fine. I don't know if I've actually shown any of this off. I finished my storage room. Well, sort of. Close enough. I got a nice aquarium at the back with... Oh, all the fish died. That's right. They all flopped out. I need to put some more fish in there. But apart from that, it's looking pretty good. I think Nixon made me a dump chest. He did. All right, let's stick this in the dump chest. Is that empty? Yeah, that can stay. Actually, let's keep that because we'll put stuff in it. Ooh. Yogurt spoon? Sorry, yogurt spoon or poop scooper? Yogurt. It's got to be yogurt. Okay. But anyway, how have we all been? How have we all been? It really has felt like a long time since I've, you know, been in touch with internet stuff. I haven't spoke to the guys on Discord for a long time, and I haven't replied to comments in ages. I've been watching some videos here and there, but yeah, it's kind of sucked in a way. Like, it was very nice to go on holiday. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I also did miss just my routine. You know, I'm an old man. I need routine in my life. I really do. Should I take an ender chest? I probably should, shouldn't I? If I'm going to go caving. Oh, my dedication off stream was mixed. Do I not have an ender chest? Did I put it back in there? What the hell? I've not even looked around the server if anything's changed. I would be very surprised if anything's changed on the server. I don't really think many people have been playing, in all honesty, but... What the hell's going on here? Sorry, prepare for some barrel spam. No, okay, it's not in here. That's fine. I'll just steal one. I'll steal one. Just off stream. I am. I'm a foul mouth. Let's take that. Let's take some wood. Oh, actually, I should take a lot of wood. Oh, let's take some ender pearls as well. That'll be useful. Yeah, screw it. Pretty good, but they screwed up my latest PCB order. Kind of salty about that. Oh dear, isn't that the worst? When they mess up orders. I had a HelloFresh the other day, and they messed up one of my recipes. How dare they? Right, I was going to take all that. Let's just take all that. Let's take a boat. Take some coal. That'll do. Watch, I'm going to die and I'm going to lose all of this stuff. I'm going to lose it all, you watch. Let's try and find an ender chest to steal and then we can get going. Sailing to a corner of the map. Oh, I should take a bed as well. I should take a bed. I should have done all this before the stream, shouldn't I? I should have been organised, but oh well. Well, Joe, there's something funny happened to me today. You tested positive for COVID? Oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that, Max. How are you faring so far? Mild, I would hope. Oh, you've 5 days left. Oh, okay. That's the thing. I think I'm pretty sure that I've had COVID. I just never saw it in a test. Whether I had it so asymptomatically that I didn't even notice, and it was during a period where I didn't test much, or whether I just legitimately haven't got it. Maybe I'm one of the very rare people that are naturally immune. I doubt it, but I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to take this, all right? I don't care. Yeah, but what's surprising is if there was anywhere where I was going to catch it, it will be from the holiday I just came from, which I guess I should start talking about soon. Which direction do I want to go in? Let's go that way. I don't really think I've been over that way of the map very much. Oh, I've got a... Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot more stuff. Most annoying part is it takes ages for them to respond, and if they make a fresh one, it'll take 2 more weeks. We can't be having that in today's society where we need things fast. We need Amazon Prime next day delivery. I mean, I'm joking, but it is actually kind of annoying when I buy something that's not from Amazon or from somewhere that does have next day delivery. I'm like, what the hell's taking so long? What is this, the Stone Age? Why am I not getting it in less than 24 hours? What the hell? What is this madness? What was I doing? I was making a shield. That's right. I need a shield. I need a hero. Weathermaster, hello. Happy hump day to you. Happy hump day to one and all. Ho, ho, ho. Give me that. Right, make that. And I also needed to take some arrows as well. Arrows will be in the mob chest, which is this one. No, they will not. I was so confident about that as well. I was so confident. Oh, damn it. It's probably some upstairs. You don't want Amazon next day? Oh, dear. Okay, got some. Right. I have a weapon chest. Do I? Hang on, let's just check. For future note, do I? Where? Oh, this is one of the fish that died. Sven. On the 24th of April. They use an annoying delivery service that doesn't deliver correctly. Oh, yeah, we have one of those too. It probably might be the same one. Over here, it's usually... is it Hermes is the bad one? No, it's not Hermes. There's another one. DPD is the good one, I would say. Like, DPD are usually the most reliable and don't put your things in stupid places. There is it Yodel? That might be the other one I'm thinking of, actually. There are some really crappy ones. I know some people that actually don't, like, legitimately don't order something from a site if they know they use those delivery services. They'd rather just not risk it. Okay. Let's go. I'm ready. I feel perfectly well. I'm having a cold and a little throat pain. Well, I'm glad to hear it's not affecting you too badly. That's the thing, is like there's been plenty of times, going back to the whole COVID talk, there's been plenty of times where I've had that. But that's the thing, is like you can still have just a normal cold or a normal cough and it's not COVID. But obviously, like recently, if anyone had that symptom around you, you'd be like, oh my God, you've got COVID. I mean, chances are maybe, but also you could just be ill. So yeah, maybe it was that, maybe it wasn't for me, who knows. Collis Privé. Okay. There's always one. Or more. Oh. Oh, hello. They throw it into the letterbox. It's supposed to be given into reception. Oh, let's see. I can imagine things thrown into letterboxes when they might be quite delicate is not the best. Not the best behaviour. Okay, so let's get into my ramble. Sit down, buckle up, switch over to another tab, because this is not going to be interesting to watch. Because yeah, I'm just I feel like I've done this for a few trips that I've done in the past. It's usually always Minecraft where I then ramble about it. It used to be, you know, making an actual video, which I don't really make Minecraft videos anymore, but used to be like that. Now it's just going to be replaced by a stream. But I did it for obviously the meetup, the JFS meetup. I did it for a trip to Disneyland a few years back. Did it for my trip to New York. So this one is all about my very first cruise. That's right. If you've been wondering where I've been for the past week or so, I was on a big old ship. Big old ship. Full to the brim with old people. I felt right at home. I'm just going to do some caving and ramble about my trip. I ordered from Amazon last week and the envelope was completely empty. Oh dear. Did you order air? Gamer air. I think that's what... There's a new idea. I'm going to do that. Gamer breath. That sounds horrible. Imagine. Just breathe into a bottle. By my breath. Sorry, I was still thinking about that concept of gamer air. Oh, man alert. You're right. Okay, so a little bit of background as to why I ended up on a cruise. Because to be honest, it was something that I'd never really thought of doing before. But now that traveling is a little bit easier to do, you know, restrictions have been lifted in most countries, and don't have to go crazy with PCR tests and all these day 2, 24-hour blah 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 tests. So this year was like the year where, okay, we can probably start traveling a little bit more normally again. So the question was, where? Like where do I actually want to go? And to be honest, like the one place I'd always wanted to go on a holiday was New York. So, did that. Been there, done that in 2019. I could definitely go back, don't get me wrong. Very very big place, lots to do there. But I didn't want to do that. So what next? And also what's slightly cheaper, because New York is quite far for me, so flights are expensive. It's just a generally expensive place to stay. Maybe somewhere in Europe, a little bit closer, a little bit lighter on the pocket. But there still wasn't somewhere that I had in mind that I'd like to stay for a few days. There's places that would be nice. Like I thought, I think I even mentioned on stream, like, Amsterdam would be nice to go to, or Athens maybe, or Venice just for a few days, but none of them really stood out more than the other one. And I kind of like, well, if I don't really feel that big about it, then is there any point wasting time and money? Like, I feel like I should really want to go to the place I'm going to. And because of that sort of indecisiveness, my partner and I sort of realized, oh, hang on. If we want to get a taste of some places and we don't want to spend too long in there, why don't we try a cruise? Like, that's exactly the whole premise of a cruise, is that you stop off at different ports for a day, you wander around, you maybe go to one thing, head back on the ship, and then the next day you're somewhere else, and then you can try that all over again, and then maybe you'll find on that trip a place that you'd like to go back to for a bit longer, like for a fully fledged trip. Shuffleboard, no, sadly not. No shuffleboard. Was there even a shuffleboard on the ship? Possibly. Didn't play bingo either. No bingo. Sorry. So yeah, we thought let's do it. Let's try a cruise. So me being me, like, I got totally obsessed with this. Started researching every single cruise line that was available. All the different cruise ports you could go from. Like, should we fly somewhere first? Like, should we fly to Italy and get a cruise from there? Should we get a cruise from Spain? Should we get a cruise from England? Southampton is the biggest port, I'd say, like the cruise port of England, at least. And in the end, we decided to keep money down and make it just generally easier for us. We'll do one from Southampton because it doesn't take too long for us to get there. Kind of just know what we're doing. We can get straight on the ship. No flying necessary, that sort of thing. And then we thought about, well, how long, where to, because that sort of limits you. There's not that many that go from, well, there are a lot that go from Southampton, but they're generally quite similar itineraries. Out of Nevermore, hello, welcome to the stream. It's been a while since I got streamed. Don't worry, it's been a while since I streamed. A lot of internet issues. How is everyone? I saw that there is a new Broken Sword on the other channel. There is indeed. I need to get back to that. I'm kind of annoyed that I started the game and then didn't play it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So probably next stream I'll be back onto Broken Sword 3. Don't you worry about that. But anyway, back to the cruise. So it turns out that most of the cruises from Southampton, they go to sort of Spain.
Hello, Joe.
Bit of France, or some go to the fjords, like Norwegian fjords. Some go around Britain, which I think is a bit dull. And there was one that we found, which was it was 5 nights, quite a short time for a cruise, really. Like, most cruises are 7 days up to 14 days. I mean, some can even be, when I was researching, there's literal round the world cruises that last 200 plus days, which sound like a nightmare to me, honestly. I don't know why anyone would do that, but yeah, we found a little 5-day one, which was rather cheap, and it went to 3 places, 3 ports. Not terribly interesting ports, I gotta say, But I figured it was quite a nice, cheap way to dip my toe into the water of cruising. What I didn't want to do was book like a 7-day, 9-day one, and then realize that I got seasick on the first day, or realize I just hated it, and then I was stuck there for the rest of the trip. Because I've never done one before, I wanted just to sort of start small and then work from there. The fjords do seem nice, and I'm quite tempted by them going forward because, yeah, it turns out I actually really liked it. Cruising, I think, might be for me under certain circumstances. So we had a cruise from Southampton that went to Bruges, Belgium, Rotterdam in the Netherlands, and finally its last port was Guernsey in the Channel Islands. The one I was looking forward to most was Bruges because I've heard lots of nice things about Bruges, and it was actually one of the places I was tempted to go to beforehand. The other ones I didn't really care about. I didn't really know much about Rotterdam. I didn't really know much about Guernsey, so I wasn't too fussed about that. But I thought, let's do it. Let's do it. I did catch a few minutes of it, and the graphics look a little awkward. Tales of Monkey Island graphics. They do. They do. I actually think it looks all right, though, given the time it came out, which was 2003. I was quite impressed by the visuals. But yeah, I'm keen to go back and explore more of the game. I dipped my toe into Minecraft. Sort of. I got 2 Minecraft Lego sets. Oh, how exciting. One that is the mushroom house with the mushroom cows, and one that has lots of bees. I saw the bee one. I had to buy. I bought a Minecraft Lego set not too long ago, and I was looking at all of them. And the bee one does look very strange. I like the bees, but I don't know why there's a bee person. That kind of freaked me out. Anyway, back to the cruise. I haven't even started talking about the trip itself. So the cruise was with a cruise line called Princess, which is an American brand. There's tons. There's absolutely tons and tons. I did so much research into all of them, like all the different drinks packages they do, and whether they do lots of formal nights and stuff like that, because some cruises have formal nights where you have to dress up in a tux and things. Yeah, there's P&O, quite a well-known one. Not the ferries. The ferries have got a bit of a... It's quite funny, actually, because if you go on the P&O cruise website, they got like a big banner at the top of the page that says, "We are not, though we share the same name, we are not related to P&O Ferries," because basically recently in the UK, P&O Ferries, which is a different company, sacked loads of their staff, like all of a sudden. Yeah, kind of a lot of negative press, and so people were tweeting and complaining to P&O Cruise, saying, "How could you do this?" And they're like, "No, it wasn't us. It wasn't us. It was someone else. They just have the same name." Yeah, so there's that. There's Virgin now do cruises, and MST. I don't know why I'm listing them. Who cares? But yeah, loads of cruise lines basically. Max Morkins, hello. I have one word to say to you, Max, and that is shart. That felt good. We should really find a cave, shouldn't we? I need to stop just running and get underground. Going underground. Where can I go underground? That is the question. Where is it? Where can I go? The mushroom house comes with this weird skeleton spider guy with an awkward hat. That sounds great. I want an awkward... No. I want an awkward hat. Lego man. Get out of it, you. Oh, I'm going to get caught by so much snow. Oh, a white fox. Oh, there might be a cave. Look at this amazing Minecraft skill. I didn't bring torches. Oh, yeah, hang on. I did. Sort of. Look at this perception I have through audio to know exactly where I need to go. Boom, I found it. Haha. Is this even a cave? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, no, wait. It might be. It's something. It's one of those weird diagonal ones. I don't know if I want to collect more, but they go great with this Lego photography project I want to do with some custom Ready Player One Lego minifigures. I may even add my Guybrush custom minifig. That sounds cool. Oh crap, this isn't the cave. Oh, let's just dig. Let's just dig. So back to the cruise. I was talking about like researching all the food and drink offers and things like that, because if you don't know about cruises, typically, you know, most dinners and food are included in the price, but drinks not necessarily. You might have to pay for alcoholic drinks, or you might need to pay for soft drinks, that sort of thing, or coffees. So I bought the listen, I wanted to drink a lot on the cruise, right? So I was like, right, I need the drinks package, which wasn't outrageously expensive, but did all that, got it all ready, dealt with this absolutely terrible travel agent. If anyone wants to go on a cruise in the UK, do not use one called Cruise First. They are just awful. They just, you know, radio silence. They just barely even message me. Didn't tell me anything about the cruise. It's only because I did my own research that I knew what to do. You know, if I was an old lady trying to work out what to do next, they wouldn't have told me anything, and I'd have been screwed. So, Cruise First. Do not use. Bad. But the day came, got all of our stuff packed. We left on Sunday the 15th, and we're coming back on the Friday of the 20th. And one annoying thing is, I said about travel rules being a bit more relaxed, but we did still have to do an antigen test, which, let me tell you, biggest con of COVID. What an evil thing to do in the middle of a global pandemic is to basically make it into a con. Like,
Hello, Joe!
paying 30 quid for tests that cost pennies, probably. Pennies. And it wasn't even as if the person did it to me. Like, it wasn't like they swabbed me. I just swabbed myself. That sounds wrong. I swabbed myself in front of someone, and they watched. And that was it. Paid 30 quid for that luxury. But I had to do it because you can't use the NHS ones because I'm travelling. So, sorry, I was still thinking about I swabbed myself in front of someone. But we done all our tests. We were negative. We were COVID free. So we were on the ship. Well, we were at Southampton. We did all of our boarding stuff. Got all of our passports and travel insurance and stuff like that ready. That was all fine. Actually, quite cool because we part of this specific cruise line, Princess, they have these things called medallions, and it's basically an Apple. No, it's basically like a magic band from Disneyland, if you know what that is. It's like a little chip RFID tag thing, which you can use for all sorts of stuff. You can use it to, in our case, you could use it to open the cabin room. You could use it to pay for stuff. You could use it to basically do everything on the ship. You could use this little medallion thing, which we had on a lanyard. It was also quite useful in seeing who else was from the ship when we were exploring the towns and cities and stuff, because it's like, oh, they got it. They're on the ship with us. Follow them, they know where they're going, sort of thing. So yeah, we got all that. Got on the ship on the Sunday and knackered. knackered already because like it's why I couldn't stream on. Obviously, why I couldn't stream on the Sunday, but why I couldn't stream on the Saturday either. It's just I was so busy getting stuff ready, packing suitcases, making sure everything was set. Not much sleep. Yeah, exhausted already. Ayo. Mark, that zombie guy keeps chasing you. I think I have a Lego minifigure of that. Oh, cheeky guy. But oh my god, like for someone who's never been on a ship before, these things are just. This wasn't even the biggest one. Like I think Royal Caribbean have the biggest ships at the moment. But this was still just humongous. Like, getting a scale of this ship whilst kind of looking. I mean, obviously looking at it from outside, it looks big. But then when you get on it and you realize how long the corridors are and stuff like that, oh my god, it takes you so long just to walk from one end to the other. But it was great, you know, you walked on, it's all fancy and shiny because this ship happened to be quite new. I think it was built in 2019, so yeah, it was only a couple of years old, and obviously it wasn't even used for most of that time because the cruise industry shut down during COVID. So yeah, everything was brand spanking new, and it was really good. Oh, where did that go? Oh, there you are. Hello. But yeah, we went straight to the cabin and kind of freshened up, got changed, all that sort of mumbo jumbo. Fortunate enough to have a balcony, which was rather nice. Obviously, a lot of cabins don't have balconies. Some don't even have windows, which I think might be a bit too far. But yeah, having a little balcony to go and sit out on was quite nice. Little bit of your own space. Can you go away, please? I'm talking. All right. And for that first night, we did do some stuff, but it was mainly just sort of walking around the ship, seeing what's on here, and getting a taste of the layout and where things are, and of course making full use of that drinks package I mentioned about straight away. So one of the cool things is, like, when you pay for the drinks package, I think there was technically a limit of 15 alcoholic drinks a day per person, but 15 alcoholic drinks is quite a lot. Like, that was plenty for me. But it's just great that, you know, you didn't have to think about it. I could literally just walk up to a bar, say, oh, you know, I want a gin and tonic, or I want a pint of Heineken, and then that's it. Like, they scan your thing, scan your little medallion, and then that was it. I was there drinking. But one of the cool things is because they had this app on your phone that it was all linked to, like your account was linked to this app, you could order drinks and stuff through there. So we just sit somewhere on the ship, sit on the top, you know, sit in a lounger, sit in our room, sit in a bar on the ship, and say the bar was busy. Like, oh, I don't want to stand and go up to the bar. You could be so lazy and do it on your phone, and then they just bring you drinks. It was so good. And it was no extra cost. So I was very happy with that. I was like, oh, you know what? Let's have a cocktail. And then boom, someone's bringing it over. Amazing. And I did make full use of Variant 6. Thank you very much for the subscription. 15 months now. Blimey. Thank you. I did make full use of that drinks package. I tried a lot of different cocktails. I had a lot of strawberry daiquiris because they were frozen and it was quite hot sometimes. I was a proper, like, I had my little slice of. They had no tiny umbrellas, unfortunately, but you know, a wedge of lemon or lime on it. That's fine. One thing I was a bit apprehensive about is with this drinks package. I'm like a sucker for wanting to make the most of something, even to my detriment sometimes. So I was a bit worried that I was going to be like a bit too into this like getting my money's worth, and then basically getting too drunk, getting hungover, and then wrecking the next day of the cruise. Thankfully, did Joe get wasted? There you go. Funnily enough, no, I never got wasted. I definitely got drunk, but not enough to actually make me badly hungover the next day, which, you know, it's a fine line for me. It's a fine line. But I did it. I towed the line to perfection. And I never felt awful the next day. I think it's because, linked to that, I ate so much as well. Like, there's a lot of food eaten, and that obviously soaks up all the booze. But same thing, like I was saying about the app, you can order drinks. You could order food as well. So I was there. I did test it sometimes. Like, it was 24-hour complimentary room service. So I was like, right, well, let's try this then. So I was getting chips at 2 a.m. and I really wanted to get something sweet. I was really hoping they had donuts or something, but they didn't. For a midnight donut. So yeah, that whole aspect of the cruise was great. Obviously, that's the bit that can vary most. It's not going to be like that for every cruise line. Woohoo! But for me, it was quite an important aspect to just not have to worry about money during the trip. Because that's the thing, is like I could have not done that and then just paid. Well, it wasn't even the case of like you wouldn't have even paid for the drinks on the ship. They would have just added it to your room tab, basically. And then you get like a big surprise at the end of the trip. You'd get the email come through and you'd be like, you owe $300. No, I drank that much. But I didn't have that. 64 slices of American cheese. Now that would have been... They did have cheese. I think. And I never did that. I did go wild in other ways. So yeah, that was the aspect I really liked, was just not having to worry about food or drink cost. It was all paid for, it was all done. I just went on there, I drank a lot, ate a lot. They had, 24-hour food bars on the ship. You could go down whenever. You had sweet stuff, savory stuff, coffees, everything. But what surprised me more was how much I enjoyed the actual going to a port and exploring during the day. I thought I'd like it. Don't get me wrong. I realise that's an important part of cruising, is you go out and explore the ports you call to. But for me, it was very much like, I want to be on the ship. I want to drink and eat. I want to sit on the deck, soak up some sun, if there was any. Go to the shows, go to the quizzes and trivia and music that they have on the ship. I'm not that fussed about the ports, but I actually ended up really liking the ports that we went to, even though they weren't kind of fancy star-studded ones that you'd see on a brochure. How much did it cost overall? Obviously, feel free not to say. No, I don't mind saying. So it was like I say, it's five night, 6-day cruise from Southampton. It was 3 ports of call. It was all not very far away. Bruges, Rotterdam, Guernsey. But with the drinks package, the alcoholic drinks package, it was £500 each. I wish it was all together. But so it's basically £100 a day. That's the way I see it. Like, did I get £100 a day worth of it? And like, well, actually, yeah. Like, if you think about the food and drink and the accommodation and everything else, I would say yes, I did. Let's clear out my inventory, shall we? Because this is a bit of a mess. Funnily enough, though, I think that is actually going up. I think they've already increased the price since I purchased that. Like, their drinks package is going up by like another £10 a day. So everything's going up in price. Don't you love to see it? But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, food and drink was great. The ports were really interesting too. But actually, before I get onto ports, let me talk about the stuff they had on the cruise still. I'll talk about some of the activities they had. So that's much better than I would have guessed, though. I assume cruises are... honestly, some of them are like, I'm quite pleased I got it for that price. Some of the fancier ones, you're talking like £3,000 each. Granted, it's for a longer cruise, but they're definitely more luxurious, and that's just like way out of my budget. There's no way I could afford that. As nice as it would be, I'm not on the Titanic anytime soon, or whatever the equivalent would be of the Titanic today. I mean, actually, tell a lie, there is still a ship running from effectively the Titanic cruise line, Cunard. I mean, it was White Star, but then I think they merged with Cunard, which does go from Southampton to New York. I think it's the Queen Mary 2 is the ship. It's the last ocean liner that's still commercially running. As you can see, I did a lot of research, and now I really want to watch Titanic now after coming back from the cruise. I'm flying, Jack. We wanted to do that, but the front of the ship was locked off. Like, that bit you couldn't get to. Very sad. Maybe that's why, to stop people from doing that and falling off. I'm flying, Jack. No, I'm falling. Ah, splat. But in terms of... Oh, hang on. Everything is so massively... It really is. And every day I look on BBC News and I see some new headline about, gas and electric, that's going up even more. Or, in fact, I saw today it costs 40 pence more compared to last year to buy the ingredients for a breakfast fry-up. As you can see, BBC reporting on the important matters. But I guess it is important. It does go to show that 40p doesn't sound like a lot, but over the course of 1 year, for things to go up by that much is crazy. Petrol, yeah, that's a big one. That's a huge one. So for stuff to do on the ship itself, this is one area where I'd say you could probably get a better experience on another cruise. I know that I've not been on any others, so it's kind of weird for me to say, but I do think the activities were not the best on the Princess cruise ship. It was, by the way, it was called the Enchanted Princess, if you're curious about what the ship was. They're all called something Princess because it's Princess brand. Enchanted Princess, and I was enchanted, and I am a princess. But yeah, the activities were fine, but they were a bit repetitive and they weren't very varied, unfortunately. It was a lot of music and not much else. Every day you'd get through your door, you'd get like a little itinerary of what's going on the ship at different times, morning, afternoon and evening. And the big ones were the shows, like you had like a big show in the evening. At 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock. But then throughout the whole day, you'd have little things. You'd have live music. You'd have game show type things, which I actually went on. I'll talk about that in a bit. Quizzes, a lot of trivia. Zumba was on there as well. And it was fine, but I wish there was a little bit more because it did get a little bit repetitive by a few days in. It's like, oh yeah, we'll go watch some jazz, which was very good, but we'd done that like 2 times already. The shows, as I mentioned, there's always like a big thing in the evening on every day. They were quite good. They actually were quite good in the end. The first day was, well, let's just start. So the Sunday day of embarkation, gas and electric is getting to a point where people have to choose between that and food. Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad, especially for a country. I'm talking like in the UK personally, for being such a rich country. Why is it that people have to still choose between food and warmth. Like when it gets to the winter, it's gonna be deadly. Like people will probably die. Like elderly people for sure who need heating, or they can't eat. Like one or the other. What the hell? What is wrong with us? I don't know. Sunday. Was it? Yeah, Sunday. The show for that, I'm trying to remember now. I might get some of this stuff wrong. Oh, it was called Rock Opera. That's right. It was called Rock Opera, and it was like a little mini. I won't say Broadway because it definitely wasn't that level of quality, but it was attempting to be like a theatre show. You know, music, dancing, that sort of stuff, and it had rock songs in it. That was good. You know, it was good. It was a weird mixture of songs. I can't really remember now, but the singing was good. The dancing was good. Wow, this goes down far. For being on a ship, like the theatres are huge on ships because the ships themselves are so massive. But it was very easy to forget that you were on a giant floating hotel in the middle of the ocean when you're watching this guy swing around a pole or jump off of a platform. It's like, hang on a minute, what is going on? Where am I? Oh yeah, I'm on a big boat. So in that regard, it's kind of amazing that they do all this stuff anyway. But it did have a lot of kind of moving stuff on stage and yeah, a lot of kind of theatrics to it, which was good. But then the next day, the Monday, was our first port of call. You know, waste no time because we literally, the cruise must have been on such a slow speed, the ship itself, because we only had to go literally across the channel basically to Belgium, and we were in Bruges. I say Bruges because it was actually Zeebruges. I think that's what it was called. Zee Bruges, which is just outside of Bruges. And you know, we got in there at very early, like 6 a.m, but had breakfast on the ship. One of the things with cruise lines is you can often pay the cruise line to sort out the day's activity. The excursion, they're called. So you can pay them and they'll take you on a bus to somewhere and they'll give you a tour of somewhere. But the problem is they're usually very expensive for what they are. They're basically for people that want to not think about anything. They don't want to plan anything. They just want to get off the ship and have people tell them where to go and what to look at. For example, it costs like $50 just for a trip to the Bruges town. Whereas we just took a bus. Well, no, we took a train, sorry. We took a tram and then a train. And it cost like 10 euros maybe altogether. It really wasn't much, but that just goes to show like you do often end up getting a bit ripped off if you do the cruise sponsored ones. What the hell? How come that skeleton didn't die? What the? That's a tough old skeleton. That guy throwing arrows is the minifig riding. Oh, it's a spider jockey. Oh, you got a spider jockey. That's cool. Yeah, they have a random chance in the game to spawn on top of a spider, like it's its steed, and then you got the spider that attacks you, and then the skeleton that also shoots you. It's like a 2-in-1 double trouble. So yeah, we made our way into Bruges Centre by ourselves. Got the tram, got the train. Had to go past. Had to go via another place called. Oh, what was it called? Rockenberg, something, Brocken, whatever. But I gotta say, I'd heard nice things about Bruges. It is very nice. It's very, very quaint. Like all the canals and rivers they have, and all the old style buildings. It was really nice, and it's very, very small, so you can just walk around it. You don't need to worry about getting a bus or a taxi anywhere. You can literally walk to most places, which is what we did. And that's for the best too, because then you actually get to see the place. And we did see some strange things. Like, we walked past this street next to the river. Very, very nice. Then we realised, oh, hang on. There's like a camera crew here. And there's this big sort of hubbub. Big crowd there outside of a van. What's going on here? And it turns out that they must have been, for some reason or another, the swans of Bruges, or at least this one area of Bruges, had been taken. Maybe they'd been taken to go get tagged, or maybe they were taken because they were ill. I don't know. But they were all being pulled out one by one and let go back into this little bit of park next to the river. A very strange sight. Like, people were cheering at the swans and clapping, and yeah, there was a camera crew there recording this. I'm just thinking, are these special swans? Are they like royalty here? I don't know what's going on. But it was nice to see. It was very random. You die. What else did we do? We went to. So there's a basically like a centre spot in Bruges called the market. I think that's what it's called in English anyway. Basically just a big plaza. Went there. Obviously had some beer. Had to have a beer in Belgium. Went to a chocolate shop. Obviously have to get some chocolate. That's the thing, like when you go to a place like this, you sort of know what you have to do. It's a bit tourist trappy, but you know you have to have a beer, get some chocolate. What was the other thing? Well, we went to a Christmas shop, because apparently that's another famous thing from Bruges. So we went and got Christmas decorations in May. Talk about being well prepared. And it was just a very, very nice day. Like, the weather was nice. Had a waffle. That was the other thing. How could I forget? We got a waffle from Bruges, which I completely stuffed my face with and got chocolate all around me like a big kid. In fact, I had some of the Belgian chocolate just before this stream because we still got some. It's good stuff. But yeah, we only had like, you know, you don't want to push it too far. You don't want to be, because the thing is like another good thing about doing an excursion with the cruise line is that you're guaranteed to be brought back in time for the ship leaving. If you just go out on your own and let's say something happens, maybe there's like an accident or you can't get back in time, the ship will leave without you. Like, you'll be stranded. So they give you like a final time to get back by, but you really kind of want to make sure you're before then, just in case, as a bit of a buffer. So yeah, we probably only had about 4 or 5 hours in Bruges, but that was plenty. That was plenty to see and do what we wanted to do. And I love that. I really love that whole aspect of going for a nice long walk out, heading back onto the ship, and then going for dinner, having drinks. It's just like, it was such a nice way to do the day, because then you've got all of the evening stuff to look forward to. You had all your day stuff, and then you got all the evening stuff. When I take a photo of custom Guybrush for the Discord, I'll pose it next to them. Can we somehow get a 3-headed monkey Lego? Is that a thing? Could we do that? I'm sure we could. That needs to be a thing. I'm getting a little bit lost here. Hang on. Getting just a wee bit lost. I did think about the Queen stuff. Like maybe they were kidnapped from the Queen and they were let loose in Bruges. But yeah, back on the ship. What do we do? Ooh. I honestly can't remember very much, to be honest. I think we probably had dinner. The food was good. The food was good. I was going to say it was fine. It was good. It was very there was variety on there, and you know, you could just go, either you could go to the buffet because they had a buffet, or you could go to one of the dining rooms for like a proper sort of 3-course meal thing, which we did most of the time because the buffet was a bit crap. And yeah, that was good because, again, didn't have to worry about cost or anything. You literally just sit down, you look at the menu, I'll have that, I'll have that, I'll have a large glass of red wine, thank you very much, and that's it, you're done. Have a little coffee afterwards, after dessert, maybe a bit of cheese. Very nice. And then we went to see the show of that evening, which was... No, we didn't actually. I don't think we did go to that one because it was a comedian. And that's the thing, like comedians are just a bit like, it could be really good or it could be just a bit crap. So we just thought, you know what, let's give that one a miss. If we're going to miss any, let's miss that one. And do something else, because the good thing is like most people on the ship go to those big shows. So if you don't, other things are less busy. Well, the busyness wasn't that much of a thing to worry about in the end because I guess for COVID reasons, I don't really know why, but the ship wasn't at full capacity. Turns out the ship was only at 65%, which is crazy because there was still 2,300 or 2,200 people on the ship, but that was only 65% capacity. So I dread to think how busy it would be at full capacity. But I was quite pleased to hear that because it did mean that things weren't crazy in terms of queues at the bar or yeah, activities to go to. It was all pretty good. Yeah, I think for that night, all we did was we might have actually went in the jacuzzi. They had, like, you know, they got swimming pools on the top deck of the ship and jacuzzis and stuff like that. Again, you can order drinks on your phone, so you're sitting in a jacuzzi and someone just brings you drinks. It's amazing. Sit and watch the sunset. We did eventually have to share the jacuzzi with someone. So I have actually shared a jacuzzi with a nice old lady, but an old lady nonetheless. Just don't try to overthink like the germs and stuff. Just kind of hope that the chemicals do their thing and kill everything that they need to kill. But that was an interesting experience. It was nice talking to him anyway. You know, that's the thing, is like you do sort of, in a way, make friends on a cruise ship because you do end up seeing people over and over again. What's my pickaxe name? It's called PP and Bum Bum. Don't worry about that. I might have to rename that because it's disgusting. Basically, it's Nate's fault, and I shouldn't expect people to have to see that on my live streams. I'm sorry. Do not subscribe to Nate's. So you passed up the chance for a jacuzzi. I could have streamed on my phone, couldn't I? That's true. Because I did get Wi-Fi. That was another thing. Part of the drinks package was you got Wi-Fi. And honestly, I don't know what I would have done without Wi-Fi because... yeah, you just kind of realise how much you need the internet when you don't have it. And it was good to have that. Oh, damn you. What else can I put away? Let's put away that. Let's chuck away some stuff as well. So many mentions of honestly, I'm actually going, I'm going dry for a little while. I'm going teetotal because I did drink. That's the most I've ever drunk consecutively. As I say, I wanted to get my money's worth, sometimes to my own detriment. I never got blackout drunk or hungover drunk the next day, but nonetheless, I still did drink a fair amount every day for 5 days. So I need a little bit of a detox, to be honest with you. Put that way. Also, I think that, well, I was about to say they probably watered down the cocktails a bit, or, you know, the cocktails and drinks weren't the highest quality because they're making them in 30 seconds for hundreds of people. So but they were still quite strong, actually. I think Americans, because it's an American brand, I think American shot sizes are bigger than UK. So I had some drinks that I literally just couldn't finish because they were just too strong. Which I didn't feel bad about because they were free, effectively. But still. I promise you, I'm not an alcoholic. Not yet. Maybe someday. On Tuesday was our next port. We went straight from Bruges next day to Rotterdam in the Netherlands. Now, I do wish, this is one thing that I did wish, I wish we'd have went to somewhere like Amsterdam instead, because that's somewhere I've always wanted to go. Go to the Van Gogh Museum or Anne Frank's house or somewhere like that. But, you know, it wasn't to be. It was Rotterdam, which I had no preconceptions about. I didn't know what it was going to be like. Hadn't really heard of it very much. But I was pleasantly surprised. I really was. The weather was beautiful. Like, it was actually too hot, if anything. I was getting sunburned. But we got off the ship. The good thing about Rotterdam is the cruise, the port, is literally in the center. You don't need to get an extra bit of travel to go somewhere nice. You don't need to go like to the main bit. Not Chapel? Damn. So yeah, you could just you could walk out of the ship and you're there already, which was really nice. And we didn't really know what to do. It's the thing is, like, you looked on Google, you Googled for touristy things or landmarks to see in Rotterdam. There's not really much. There's not much. It turns out that it was bombed to smithereens in the Second World War. Yeah, the Germans bombed it basically to tell them, you know, surrender, else we'll do this to Amsterdam and other places, and they did. But what that meant is, like, there wasn't really much in the terms of history. It was all very modern. You know, it didn't look anything like Amsterdam. It was modern buildings, skyscrapers, kind of very arty, edgy, techy, which was still good, but it just wasn't like the rest of the country, I presume. Ooh. Come on, not Chapel. Damn. Oh, I'll leave it. Oh, wait a minute. Come on, not Chapel. Damn. So we walked around a bit in Rotterdam. Didn't really know what we were doing. Just sort of admiring the sights. We eventually we came across this little sort of museum-y art gallery area where there were 2 or 3 art galleries and museums all next to each other. So we figured, oh, you know, that's probably the best place to be in if we're only here for a few hours. Although I say that, actually, it was the longest time we had of any port. It was like 6 a.m. until 10 p.m., which is really long. Holy moly. So we headed to this museum-y area. And we came across this really cool building. I have to, in fact, let me just, let me find a picture of it. Because I have to really, I think describing it won't do it justice. One second. Okay, so it was, is this it? Yes. Yes. I forgot how to do everything. This one. So it's called the Depot. I don't know how to say this bit because it's in Dutch, but it's basically, it was this really cool, get this out of the way. It was a big mirrored building, and the way it was made is that it reflected 360 degrees around it, and then also the sky as well. So it was kind of, it reminded me a bit of that, the Bean in Chicago, I think it is, or it has that sort of reflective quality to it. And And yeah, it's basically a very interesting concept. It's actually not the main. It's a secondary gallery for another one. So the other one is the main one. I can't remember what it's called now. But that building is actually the place where they store the paintings for the other one, and also work on it. Work on restoring and analyzing and repairing pieces of art. So that's why it's called the depot, because it's a depot of artwork in there. And what they've done is they've turned what is usually a private building into a public one. So it's still the place where there are people there working on restoring paintings and whatever, but now you can go in and see them. Like there was literally windows into people's offices where you could see them brushing up or taking photographs, and it was it's a really cool concept. I've never seen that before, where you can sort of get a bit of a behind the scenes of what a museum does and what a gallery does. Because yeah, obviously galleries are there and museums are there to show off things, but equally important part of them, if not perhaps more so, is that they are also there as a way to store and maintain history. So yeah, I really liked it. That's one of the things I think it was like a pleasant surprise. I was really not expecting anything to come out of this. I thought, we might see a few cool pieces of art. We ended up, they had a Van Gogh in there, they had a Dali. But yeah, it was that other angle of it where you could actually see people work, which was really, really neat. I just think it's neat. This cave reminds me a little of a game I started playing, Rune Factory 5. I bought one that was terrible and not what I was looking for in a game. Rune Factory 5. I'm just Googling it. Oh my. Ah, I just see a cute little sheep. This seems like a game Nate's would like. I'm not just saying that because it looks anime. I hear you, skeleton. I hear you. One other interesting thing that happened to us on that trip to the Depot Art Gallery Museum thing was we were in one of the galleries. It was all going very nicely, enjoying it. Suddenly, there was an alarm. Started ringing. Kind of weird, but maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's like a regular thing they do, or maybe it's a noise that's quite normal. And then the security guard in the room came over and started to usher us out of the room. And then we're like, oh, hang on, this is a bit weird then. What's going on? Like, there's a proper siren going off. People are looking worried. They're rushing people out of the room. And the thing is, like, your mind just goes to the worst thing instantly. I was there thinking, oh my god, there's a gunman loose in this museum, or oh my god, the building's on fire, or someone's tried to steal something and that's why the alarm's gone off. But we were actually, we were all ushered out of this little room outside the emergency exits. Everything was shut down, like all the screens turned off. Very, very weird situation to be in. I've never been in a situation like that. And I was also equally worried because at the beginning of going into this place, you had to put your bag in a locker. You couldn't take it with you. In that bag was my passport, my wallet, everything I would need to get home again after on the cruise. And so I was thinking, oh my god, if they don't let us in for ages, or if something's happened to the building, we've kind of lost some very important stuff. And then yeah, that was another worry. Is like, is this going to be done in time for when we need to get back? Thank God it was one of those days where we didn't have to be back on the ship until 10 p.m. because otherwise I would have been proper stressing that we were not going to be able to get back on the ship in time. Anyway, I don't know what it was in the end. They never did tell us, but it was fine. I'm still here to tell the tale, but we just sat outside for 20 minutes. Something happened. I think maybe it was a fire alarm or something went off wrong, and then they let us back on. But yeah, just a bit of a initial scare. And it was kind of cool, actually. I would say, in hindsight, it was like, oh yeah. It was kind of like when I was on one of the rides in Disneyland Paris. I was on Phantom Manor, and it broke down. So they turned on all the lights and evacuated us all out of the ride on foot, which was kind of an interesting perspective to have. Okay, please just go away because I want to read the chat. Please go away. It's like a fantasy farming game, but you can go on adventures in dungeons and caves. Oh my god, Naxa, that really does sound like a game for Naxa. That sounds kind of fun. I wanted a chill, relaxed game with unique characters and a beautiful, peaceful little town to wander around in. Oh, that does sound nice. That sounds like my cup of tea. Speaking of which, my cup of tea is getting very cold. Hang on. Panic. Oh, it's just on the cusp of still being drinkable. I did try Grow Song of the Evertree, but it takes forever to do what they promised, and the game is constantly in your case to find something or do something. It says you can build beautiful, unique towns, but it takes forever to do that. The unique characters it promises are generic. There you go. A review from Owl of Nevermore. Getting stuck in another country. Could have happened. At least I wouldn't have been too far away from home. Right. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Rotterdam. So after that, we kind of like, it was so hot. We didn't really know what else to do. That's the thing is, like when you were in Bruges, there was sort of a list of things we had to do. The beer, the chocolate, and the waffles, because they're just kind of stereotypes, aren't they? With Rotterdam, we didn't have any of that sort of stuff. So once we'd done this museum thing, we were done. We were tired. It was hot. Wanted to get back on the ship, get a nice cold drink, and relax. So that's what we did. Oh, I think I'm getting days mixed up, but this might have actually been the day before. But anyway, in the evening is when we went to one of the, I was going to say trivia, but it was more like a game show thing. It was the yes no game, which if you don't know what that is, very, very simple concept. Someone's asking you questions and you have to reply, but you can't use the words yes or no or anything similar. So you can't use yeah or nope. But you can use words like correct, negative, I think so. You know, you can say that sort of stuff. You just can't say the words yes or no. And whilst I was at the bar, I was signed up to take part in this little game show thing. I did not agree to this, but it was done. The matter was closed. I had to do it. So I sat down, ready to watch, because I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do it, but I'm still a little bit nervous. Like I don't want to talk in front of everyone. You have to go up on the stage and talking to the microphone, which I know is ironic because I do that all the time. But yeah, I was nervous. Slavic Jason, hello, welcome to the stream. Long time no see, indeed. Been working so much. Don't worry, you haven't missed much because this is actually my first stream in around 3 weeks. So I've also been away, so no worries. Hope you're well. So yeah, I sat down. All right, let's get this over and done with then. But when I said over and done with, it was kind of literal because what do you know? Who do they call up first? me. I didn't even have anyone to go off. I didn't have anyone to kind of know what they were going to do. I was straight into the spotlight. And I gotta be honest, I actually did pretty well. So the way it worked was you had you had to be interviewed by one of the hosts of this little game show thing, and they would obviously try and catch you out with stuff. They'd try and ask you questions that you'd instinctively say yes or no to, and you had to really think about it. But you couldn't take too long. You couldn't repeat yourself too much, and the longer you went on for, the better your prize was. There's like a little countdown clock, and yeah, if you went all the way around, which I think was 3 minutes, you won a bottle of bubbly. I made it to 2 minutes and 57, I think it was, and I bloody lost at the last second. Unbelievable. But you know, I was happy with that. I won a notebook in the end. Whoop-de-doo. One thing, I mean, to be honest though, the real prize was not the notebook. It wouldn't have even been the bottle of bubbly if I'd won it. The real prize was, as I was on stage, there's a little bit of chit chat before we got started with the actual yes no bit, and you know, the lady was there saying, you know, what's your name, where you from, how you finding the cruise, that sort of stuff. I got called a looker. One of the old ladies from the crowd was like, "Oh, he's a looker." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm so shy." So yeah, that was the highlight of my trip. No wolf whistle, but close enough. Close enough for my liking. You know, if I wanted to, I could probably have pulled on that cruise ship. A 70-year-old lady. Excuse me. Trying to make some torches here. Thank you. But yeah, the actual yes no thing, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I did it in the end. I know I said I was nervous, but yeah, I won a little notebook thing, which is just a little memento from the trip, I suppose. And yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And also, some people were absolutely crap. Some people made it like 5 seconds in. I made it 2 minutes and 57, so I'll take that. I saw on your Twitch you tried to speedrun Hit and Run. I did. The video is now up on my second channel. It wasn't really a serious speedrun, to be honest with you. Like, I hadn't actually practiced on... I didn't know that many strats. But the way I described it was I just wanted to have a time. It's one of the things I'd always spoke about is I want to have my own time that I'd done for beating the game in one sitting. And then if I ever want to actually try and do some speedruns in the future, I've got that base time to compare against. I've got something rather than nothing. And yeah, it was good. It was it just over 3 hours in the end, which honestly is better than I thought I would do. I could do better, a lot better, but you got to start somewhere, eh? And there was a couple of things I did that I was quite impressed with. There was like 1 or 2 strats I did. Again, not difficult, but I did them, so. That's the elderly equivalent of a wolf whistle. Yeah, they can't whistle, their teeth will pop out. I did. Do you know what? I say one old lady, it could have been multiple. It could have been the whole party, like the whole table. They could have all fancied me. I'm just gonna assume they did. I mean, I was one of the youngest people on the ship. Like, excluding children, of which there were some. Thankfully, there weren't many, because I would have hated that. But yeah, if we exclude children, I was one of the youngest people on the ship. So that was a stereotype of cruising I was a little bit worried about, but I thought, oh, you know, younger people are cruising now. Maybe it's not so bad. No, a lot of old people, a lot of old people, a lot of old men with their big old beer bellies hanging out. No judgment here, you know. I don't care, but it just definitely lived up to its stereotype. Whoa, 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 stop that. Also, I've been practicing speedruns for the Getaway Black Monday, as not many people have done it. Remember that game on PS2? Funnily, well, not funnily enough, but that has been on my list of a game to play. I've basically got this big list of games I want to just play for an hour or two and edit into a video. That is one of them, because it's one of the games I remember playing when I was younger, and I remember being amazed that I could drive around London in a video game, and it was fairly accurate, and they had KFC on the sides of the roads. I was like, oh my god, that's in real life. I know that. So yes, I definitely do know about it, and it's one of these games I think I've got it on PS2 somewhere, but I just need to dig it out. Muck Gumball. The thing is like that was the top prize, was a bottle of bubbly, and it's like, who cares? Most people on the ship have a drinks package. They can just get drinks for free. But yeah, after that it was dinner. They had a jazz bar on the ship. It was called Take 5, you know, Dave Brubeck thing. And it was a jazz trio. Honestly though, so good. Like I just love listening to jazz. Like live jazz is so good. It's just best because it's just so it's so cool because it's so loose, you know. You can improv a lot with jazz and just twist it and morph it and blend it and bop it. It's great seeing that live, and you can see the kind of like dance, not literal dance, but the musical dance that the players have with each other. There was a bass player, a drummer, and a person on the piano, and like just seeing how they all interact with each other non-verbally, like just looking at each other and like cueing each other for solos and when to wrap up a song. It was so good. You just sit back and then they'd start taking requests and a bit of audience participation. We went to the jazz bar quite a lot because they had good cocktails there and a very, very nice atmosphere. And they were on really, really late. Like it was one of the last things you could do on the ship. They were like 11:30 till 1 o'clock or something like that. So we would do that more often than not. It would taste. That is true. It would taste sweet. If I had won that, victory would have been a sprinkling of sweetness, but so too with the horny words of the grandmas. I've got to speed up. So how long am I streaming for? Oh my goodness, right, yeah. Let's get to the end of this cruise, shall we? That was day 2 in Rotterdam. Day 3 was actually a day at sea. So there was no ports to call into, no places to get out on the ship and look at. We were the whole day just at sea. Which right at the beginning of this stream, I said that I was looking forward to the stuff on the ship. This was actually the day I probably enjoyed least, was the day at sea, being stuck on the ship, because what that means is when everyone's stuck on the ship, it's obviously a lot busier because no one has anywhere to go, which means things are naturally more busy and there's just more people in the way and more noise. So the top deck was just chock-a-block of people. You couldn't get a sun lounger. There was no chance you were getting in the jacuzzi because there was just always someone ready to pounce on it. So I can't really remember what we did, but it was fine. Like, we still ate and drank and relaxed, but it's just a little bit more annoying. It's a hard game though, plus it's hard to speedrun because the whole idea of that game is to be a movie that you can play. Not a movie tie-in game, a movie that's also a game. Oh, that scared me then. I understand. So, very cinematic game. Kind of like Last of Us sort of thing. What was the show for that day? Oh, was that day? Oh no, it was a singer. It was a singer. I think it was a tenor who was doing some songs. He was fine. I'll brush over that day. The next day was the Thursday. That was another day with a port of call, which in this case was Guernsey, which again, somewhere that I hadn't really thought of or cared much for before the cruise. I was sort of a bit meh about it. Like, yeah, it's a Channel Island thing. It's a crown colony, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's basically England. It's not. They're not. It doesn't have the same government and stuff, but they have pound sterling as their currency, and they speak English, and there's British chain stores in there, like there's Marks and Spencers and whatever. So it was going to be like, is it really going to be that interesting? It's just going to be like being back at home. But once again, pleasantly surprised, because it's just really pretty. It's a really, really pretty place. Jersey is probably, I don't know if it's more famous, but I'd heard of it more because of Jersey cows and cream and milk and stuff. But Guernsey was also very nice. It's obviously not very big, but we went to one of the castles, which is near it's on the coast of the island. It was one of like the defences. It was called Castle Castle Cornet, and that was interesting. It was interesting to. I mean, I've been to lots of castles. I always think it's funny, like if you were to talk to, say, someone from America about castles or about how old something is, they might find it amazing. Like, oh my god, you got a castle from 800 AD or whatever. It's like, yeah, they're a dime a dozen here. Like, you can walk down the road and there's a castle. So, like, the pub I go to is probably older than most things in America, sort of thing. So, I was prepared for what it was going to be. Like, you walk around the castle grounds, you look at some information boards, you look at some dioramas maybe. But it was still good. It was still like some great views. The views are probably the best part. On the edge of the island. Also, very strangely, it's like England, but slightly funky. Like the post boxes. The post boxes were blue instead of red, and the phone boxes were yellow. What's going on with that? Who made that decision? It's like, yeah, we're like the UK, but we want to be a little bit different. Let's just change the colour of things. Because they looked exactly the same. It was literally just the colour that was different. Where am I going in this place? Let's go down here. It has a lot of swearing, does it? Oh dear. You go on a ship all around the Channel Islands and some of Britain, but you won't come down to Norfolk. Hey, listen, if there's a cruise that ever goes to Norfolk, I'll be on it. It was quite treasonous. I did want to shout, but then I might have got kicked off. One interesting thing about Guernsey is although they do accept pound sterling, they actually do have their own notes, kind of like Scotland has its own banknotes. Interestingly, they have £1 banknotes. £1 banknotes. So we bought something in the gift shop, bought a little magnet, little postcard sort of thing. You know, and specifically asked the lady, "Can you give us some change in pound banknotes, please?" And it's just like, they're teeny tiny little banknotes. It's like Monopoly money, but I like it. Like the lady said herself, it's a lot lighter in your pocket, that's for sure. So I think we need to maybe start using pound banknotes here in the UK. I'm trying to think if anything else happened in Guernsey. I don't really think it did. It wasn't a long time to spend there, so I think after that we pretty much went straight onto the ship again. We did want to try and find some ice cream, you know, saying about Jersey, cows, cream, that sort of thing. Couldn't find any. You would think there would be an ice cream place right near the seafront, like the port, for the tourists. No. Not a single one. Oh, and that's another thing. Whilst I'm on the subject of ice cream, let me just clear something up because I need to talk to some Americans. If there are any Americans in the chat, make yourself known. If not, I will have to get on Discord and talk because I need some confirmation. It's going to be kind of hard to talk about this because it's about taste, but I'm unsure whether the ice cream that I had on this cruise line, which is an American-owned cruise, I'm unsure whether the ice cream was just bad because of them and what they do, or if it is because that's what American ice cream tastes like, sort of like the whole some American chocolate tasting like vomit thing. But one of the things I was quite excited for is that they had on the ship, as part of the package of food, you know, it was all included. They had a gelato place and also a Whippy, you know, Mr. Whippy ice cream thing as well. But so I went up there. I was like, "Oh, can I have 2 vanilla ice creams, please?" And the lady was like, "Yeah." And there I was, like a little kid, both of them in my hand. And then I took my first lick of it, and it was disgusting. It was horrible. I don't know what was going on with this ice cream, but it basically tasted like there was no cream. So what I'm thinking was the case is that because they're on a cruise ship, they're probably using some sort of weird milk that's maybe more long lasting, sort of like the UHT stuff, but not that maybe. And obviously that's what you fill up the ice cream machines with. But it just tasted, it tasted like glue, like gum. It tasted really chemically, and it was like that across the whole ship. We had it somewhere else, and I was really hoping, oh, maybe that's just like a one-off, like a bad load of ice cream. Maybe it will be better here. Nope. Exactly the same across the whole ship. It tasted awful. It didn't even taste like ice cream because you couldn't taste the cream or any sort of dairy in it. It was so weird. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal with that was. I don't think it is an American thing because, like, you know, Ben and Jerry's, that tastes normal, and I think it must have just been because I was on a cruise ship. But I was very, very sad by that. Very, very sad. And the pizza was good though. Pizza was good. There is a cruise in Norfolk. It's called Norfolk Broads. Starts in Norwich and travels the river. I was actually looking at river cruises. I didn't know that was as much of a thing as it is, but yeah, there's actually quite a lot of river cruises, especially through Europe as well, which is pretty cool. What is my character's armor made of? It looks like ice. Did Elsa give him a makeover? I was going to make a Frozen joke, but I let it go. Oh, brother. It's diamond. It's what's going on? Here we go. It's lovely, sparkling, enchanted diamond armor, which was made for me by other people on the server because I'm too lazy and too crap at the game to do it myself. That's a good thing about being on a server. You just wait long enough and people do things for you. Who just shot me? I see you down there. Stop that. Get out of it. Anyway, we come to the last day. Actually, Guernsey was really the last full day because the next day I wake up, we're back in Southampton, and we have to be off the ship by 8:45. So couldn't really make much use of anything else on that last day. You know, no drinks or, you know, we had breakfast obviously, but we were whisked off the ship quite quickly because they had another cruise setting off that day. So, you know, they need to get everything turned around for the new cruises. So it was sad, but honestly, by that point, I was just exhausted. The mixture of a lot of food and drink, not much sleep, a lot of walking and exploring places, exhausted. It's kind of the way, isn't it? Like, you can have holidays where you do nothing. You literally sit by the beach or in the resort and you recharge your batteries. Or you have holidays like this one where you're just like, you need a holiday from the holiday because I'm so tired. And then I didn't even get a break afterwards because I had to go visit my dad the next day. So it was even more traveling and stuff like that. I just wanted to sleep in my own bed by the end of it. Although the bed was very nice and comfy. The room itself was actually really nice too. But you go, that was my holiday. It was a lovely. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. One of the shows in the evening, the big shows, it was called Five Skies. And again, it was sort of like a theatrical musical thing. It was really weird. Like, the basic premise of it was it was basically Ready Player One. Like, it was this whole gamified thing about this one person who had to go through all these challenges, and he had lives that he would lose and health, but it was all done through song, like modern pop songs. But there'd be like one bit, it was him trying to not fall for the lure of these giant butterfly ladies, and then the next scene would be him in this like vertical trampoline thing bouncing all over the place, and then it would be him talking to this like Mad Max style bone wearing bad guy. Oh, it was so strange. But again, you're watching this and then you think, hang on a minute, I'm in the middle of the ocean watching this on a ship. Like, what is going on? What is this? Some very out of body moments during the trip. Are you sure that was a Quite possibly. I feel like I probably did hit it at one point because I did get charged for a drink. I got like the bill through after the trip, and maybe that was that day. Nope, no pink elephants, sadly not. I love Ready Player One, both movie and book. The movie is different plot-wise, but I love the different take on it. Are you excited for the second one? Film, that is. When's that coming out? I feel like that must be coming out relatively soon, I suppose. Is it ready? Is it just called Ready Player 2? Is that what it's called? That would make sense. But yeah, overall, I would say about the whole trip, you know, just to sort of round it off, I was wary at first. I mean, I knew I'd like it. What's that flickering that keeps happening? It's really annoying me. Like this flicker every now, like there. Did that come up on stream? Hang on. It does. Maybe it's just something loading. I don't know. Yeah, I was a bit wary of it. I was wary of like families, lots of old people being bored on the the port. Some of the port places, I thought maybe they won't be very interesting, but actually everything ended up being really good. I don't have that many complaints at all. The main complaint I'd have is probably that the app that you ordered drinks and stuff from was a little bit buggy and would often not work or disconnect from the Wi-Fi. But like, as far as complaints go, that's really not bad at all. We saw some places that we never would have before. We spoke to people we never would have spoke to before, including some lovely Welsh ladies who we made friends with on the trip. Angie and Linda, I think their names were. And as I was saying, you end up seeing a lot of people regularly over the course of a cruise because you know you just cross paths with a lot of people and it's the same people. So yeah, every now and then we'd be like, oh hi, what are you up to? Oh, did you enjoy yesterday? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, made some friends that we're never going to speak to ever again, and got a taster of some places that we might want to go back to or not. But it was useful for both ways, to be honest with you. Most importantly, it helped me realize, am I a fan of cruises? Would I do it again? And the answer is wholeheartedly yes, I would. I'd like to go on one that's a bit more exotic, maybe a little bit further afield, maybe in the Mediterranean or somewhere like that. But at least I know now that I like it and I didn't get seasick. I didn't get seasick at all, to be honest with you, on the whole trip, which I was a bit worried about because I do get travel sick quite easily. But I guess because like they're different types of motion. And also the cruise ship barely moves, like you can barely even feel it moving because it's so massive. There's only a few times where you could actually really feel the ship move and it was a very weird sensation. And after the 11th drink, you think, is it me that's moving or is it the ship? And it was probably a bit of both. The only thing that was weird about that sort of aspect was coming back from the cruise, back onto solid land. I guess it's where your brain is very quick to learn and compensate for things. So that's why after a while you don't even feel the ship move because your brain has sort of rewired itself. But obviously it takes a little bit of time to get out of that when you're back on land. So for a few days afterwards, I'd just be sitting indoors and I'd think the room's moving, the ground's moving. This is weird. And a very, very strange sensation. So it took a little while to get my sea legs off, so to speak. No, you passed on the book. I've read reviews of it when it came out and hated what they did with it. Oh dear. What they did with Ready Player 2 pretty much rehashes 1 but undermines the great plot of the first. It is great how you never know if James Halliday is either a ghost in the Oasis machine or a very good AI in Ready Player 1, but Ready Player 2 pretty much makes him a crazy AI. Well, that does suck. That is the thing, isn't it? I think these days, with a lot of media and a lot of the whole you want to franchise out everything, prequels, sequels, TV, spin-offs, there's always a sort of, there's an inkling to want to explain things and give backgrounds to things. Whereas sometimes that's what people like about things is you don't know. it's left open to interpretation. One example I think a lot of people say is about Boba Fett. For some people, the less they knew about him, the better. But then, all this sort of Book of Boba Fett stuff, it's weakened the character, if anything. I can't really comment on that, though, because I haven't watched that. I might watch Kenobi, though. I think I will watch Kenobi, because I do like Ewan McGregor. Hello there. I imagine a 200-day cruise would really mess with... Yes, totally. Honestly, I think I could probably do 7, 9, 10 days. I think I could do that fine. Getting longer than that, I think I'd just want to be off. I'd want to be away from the people. I'd want to be back on solid land. And probably by that point, I would have got sick of the food and drinks and stuff. Like I'd be like, oh, I just want, I want my own food again. I want my own dinners. I don't want like a fancy bistro thing. I just want pie and chips, which is what I had tonight. So yeah, a very good lesson, and I had a great time. And if anyone else is curious about whether they'd like a cruise and they're worried maybe they're too young or whatever, like the age stuff really was not an issue in the end. Just keep yourself to yourself if you want to, and go out and have a good time. I did. If I got any photos that I think are worth sharing, I'll share them on Discord. Although I do notice that I do say that a lot about sharing photos, and I always forget. So take that with a pinch of salt. Oh dear, I'm losing my voice. It's been too long. I'll post a custom minifigs I made of Wade Watts, Helen and Samantha on the Discord. I made them based off how I imagined them while reading the book. You need to talk to, whenever, I think Max has gone now, but if you were ever in the same chat as Max Mawkins, he's a big fan of Ready Player One. You two could probably geek out over Ready Player One. He talks about it quite a lot. Well, not really, not a lot, but fairly often. Star Wars is the best example of the less explained, the better it is. Alien 2, oh god. Yeah. I'm sorry, what's your name? Ridley Scott, but like, he should have stopped. He should have stopped. Prometheus, it was fine. Okay, you had to explain what the big monster things in the gun things were, fine. But Covenant, stop, Simpsons thing, he's already dead. God, that film was so crap. I remember going to see that in the cinema, having just watched Prometheus. It was back to back double feature, and I think the week before they'd shown Alien on the big screen too, so I was so pumped. Bloody hell, what a letdown. What a letdown that was. Ah. What's his? I think it's just Max Mawkins. Hang on, let me type in the chat. I'm sure he won't mind. I think it's just that. Maybe. Oh no, wait. You need a number, don't you, with Discord? Okay, I actually don't know what that is then, but I could find out. You haven't bothered with Covenant. Good. Good for you. Save yourself the time. Save yourself the time and energy. There's so many other good films to watch instead. I've actually got a fair amount of diamonds from this trip, haven't I? Oh, 7 diamonds? I'll take that. Where's my torches? Uh-oh. Okay, so I don't really think I've got much else to ramble about, to be honest. I really have missed streaming though. I have missed it, and the video stuff, YouTube stuff. Obviously, I did upload a video whilst I was away on holiday. I had it scheduled, which was one of the Hit and Runner mods. I do need to record some more of that because I need to find some more mods to play. And I've also got a very good idea of a mod to make myself, but it just takes ages to make a mod. Bloody hell. Like I just want to do it, but then I spend ages just trying to position Millhouse and then have him like be a thing that you can interact with, and it's like, oh, that was 4 hours gone and I've done nothing. So yeah, a newfound appreciation for mod makers, even more than usual, because I'm trying to do some mission stuff as well and get a taste of the scripting side of Hit and Run modding, which I've not done yet. Exciting. Oh, the sneak peek. Right, there, yeah, let me end off the stream with a sneak peek. I think I'm done caving now. I'm done. I can't be bothered. I've got enough stuff. Get rid of that. Okay. Goodbye. I'm gonna have to try and work out where I am next time I play, but what the hell? So, mute you. Go away. Let's see. Yeah, in terms of future stuff, I've got this video coming out, and this video I'm about to give a little preview for. And as I mentioned, a couple kind of one-off videos. I just wanted to play through a game and edit it down a bit to a funny, it's not a funny moments thing, but you know, just make it a bit more edited, so it's not just an hour and a half of me bumbling around. And there was also something else as well. Don't say Bond stuff. I know there should be Bond stuff. We're getting to halfway through the year, and I do specifically recall saying in my anniversary video, like, I want to do Bond stuff this year because it is Bond's 60th anniversary, and I haven't done anything yet. Goodness. I'm trying to find a way to... I won't get into that. Anyway. The best mod for me would be just kicking characters around and getting coins for it. Simpsons Kick and Run. I like the sound of that. Hey, none of this, please. Yeah. Have you missed her? Right, let me get this all. When I say sneak peek, it's a peek of the most peakish peakiness. Literally 4 seconds. But it should tell you everything you need to know about the next video coming out. Let's have a little looky. Where is it? There it is. So how am I going to do this? I don't want it to play without... Well, because as soon as you hear it, some of you might know what it's going to be. Do you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'll just mute the whole thing. Okay. Mute that. Aha! Okay. I'm really pleased with how this turned out. Are you ready? This is the next video. Boom. I wonder what this could be. Oh, it says it there. So yeah, this is what it is. Enjoy.
Hello, Joe.
There you go. that's what you're going to see.
Very good! Very good! Yay!
That's it. But I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun. I actually recorded a lot of the stuff for this video months ago. Well, maybe not. Yeah, no, months ago it was. I've had this in the pipeline for a while. So I'm glad to finally get it edited and ready to go. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. Excited. Oh, good. I'm glad. I thought you might like it, Super Flash. I know you're an Ashen's fan like I am. So basically channeled my inner Ashens a little bit and put my own spin on it, being Simpsons, of course. I'll be back. Oh, will I be back on Sunday? What date is Sunday? It's not 28th, is it? It's 29th. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I should be fine. Should be fine for back on Sunday, and I really do want to get back into Broken Sword 3. I really hate that I uploaded that first part and then haven't played it in ages, so that will probably be what we do at the weekend. And then who knows? I want to get back into Oblivion as well, because that's always fun. But yeah, I'm rambling now and I'm losing my voice. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, everyone, for stopping by and chatting with me tonight. Lovely to see you all again. Thank you, MC Crazy Gaming and Variant 6 for the subscriptions. And Super Flash for the Ko-fi as well. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Well, hidely ho, neighborino.